Hello and welcome to Animal Wall Art News. I'm Carrie, your host, and today's top story is about protesting dogs. Yes, across the nation, dogs are protesting outside of big box stores and both large and small pet stores. They are protesting because they became homeless. Christmas time, everybody likes to bring a puppy home. Sometimes you don't even ask the person if they're ready to accept the responsibility of a puppy. You just give it as a gift. And then these dogs, months later, after you haven't done your homework and you haven't picked the right type of dog, a lot of high energy dogs get put back into the pound. They get relinquished because they eat walls if you don't properly exercise them. They will run away. They need exercise. These are high maintenance dogs. You got to do your homework before you pick these dogs. So this is why these dogs are out there protesting. They're hoping that what happened to them will not happen to all these innocent little puppies. So they're waving their signs and they're telling their stories. They're telling about that they were a good dog. There's heartbreaking stories. First dog said we interviewed said he was loved one day and then just abandoned the next day. They moved out without him. They took everything. They even took his dog bed and they just left him behind. Another dog, apparently the person's shoes were more important than him and he got brought back to the pound. They take them when they're so cute and they're so little and they're so fluffy, and then they don't train them and they have problems with them and they just get older. One dog says he thinks he just got relinquished because he was older. He wasn't a cute little puppy anymore. And then some of these heartless people go on to get more puppies. Wow, they've already abandoned somebody how do you abandon something that you've loved for 6 months? But apparently do it all the time. So they are also, while they're out there, they actually, some of them are collecting, not all of them, but some of them are collecting money too to help some of these no-kill shelters stay afloat. There's also some other charities that if you don't run into these dogs, if you want to contribute online, I've put a couple links down below. Mush Rescue, huskies are notoriously given up. They're just so freaking adorable. Everybody wants one, but huskies are high energy. They need training. They need exercise, or they're not going to be happy, and you're not going to be happy either. Sometimes it's people just don't have enough money. You should think about that ahead of time. They have to move. You should think about these things ahead of time, not after you have the dog and you have a problem and now the dog is homeless. So again, in the link in the notes, there's going to be one for GoFundMe where you can look up your own charities, or one for Mush Rescue. Please, if you have money you want to contribute, that would be great. All right, so still to come. We have an update on what's been going on in Florida with law enforcement and animals. We have weather and so much more. Hey, this is my commercial from my sponsor, who is also me, animalwallart.com. We do some commission work. It's not very often, and it has to be animal related. I did a few with just people that I wanted to work with. I've handpicked them out, and I could do flyers, door hangers. Of course, I did a bunch of Christmas cards. We can talk. It doesn't cost anything to talk. You can contact me below. I'll have a link. You can also find it on my website, animalwallart.com/contact, and see if we can help each other out. Thanks for listening. Back to the news. Okay, so last week I did the top story about all the birds that the cops get calls on for people, conyers screaming outside their window, and like the accident with the pelican. You can read that up above. If I remember, I'll put the card here. So you can watch that video rather. But they're getting other calls. They said, hey, it's not just birds. You wouldn't believe the amount of calls we get. And of course, there's human calls too. There was always the guy that, what was it? The guy, I was working right there at the time, the guy in, what was it? Gulf Coast, Florida, who ate somebody's face on some kind of bath salts, I think it was. True story. Anyway, but we're not going to talk about the people. It's just too many calls. So we're going to talk about some of the other calls that they do get, though. They get crazy critter calls. They've been getting calls about people complaining about the spoonbills stealing their balls on the golf course. Like, what do you think the cop is going to do? But anyway, they get these calls. They had oh, this one was bad. There was a guy, I guess a neighbor called in on him. He shot an eagle. He got mad at the eagle for keep pooping on his roof, and he shot him. You can't do that. He's in jail now. He's in jail. No, no shooting eagles. What is wrong with you? Figure something out. Put an owl up there or something. Let's see what else we got. We got iguanas. They get in there and they get calls like there's something up in my ceiling. I think it's an iguana. I need them out of here. They call pest control. What do you think the cops are going to do? I don't have money for pest control. Whatever. So these are the kind of calls they get. Now this one, this is the best one I heard. They said that this crazy lady, she insisted that she saw a gator in the intercoastal. Well, gators are freshwater, maybe a little bit brackish, but they are not saltwater creatures. And it wasn't a crocodile. Crocodiles don't go that far north. So, okay, it's probably not a gator. I don't know what you're seeing. You're just hallucinating. Maybe it's a dolphin, a man. I don't know what you're seeing, but it's not a gator. So we'll go. But she's insisted, so they went and checked it out. So they go and check it out, and she's insisting it was a gator, and she was actually at a restaurant on the water, and she's telling all the service staff, and they're like, "No, it's not a gator. It's not a gator. It's not a gator." I don't see anything. What are you looking at? Are you looking at that tree? What are you looking at? It was a tree. It was a freaking log going down the intercoastal. So the cops had to come and check this out. It's just insane what they have to go through down there. Okay, so on to the weather. Okay, what's the weather going to be like this week? Guess what? It's still going to be cold. It's going to be cold and it's going to be gray, but not quite as frigid as it was last week. You might even be able to spend a little time outdoors without worrying about losing your digits. Finally, we haven't heard any of reports of those obnoxious monkeys. We've heard pretty much crickets. I haven't heard anything this week. But just in case anybody out there has seen these monkeys that were last spotted in Sinaloa, Mexico. You can call. No monkey repercussions. It's toll free, anonymous, 555-400-1212. Okay, last we got our local news, or maybe not so local, and it's as the season of Christmas love and the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ gets closer, people are becoming increasingly rude, rushed, stressed, and somewhat grinchy. Let's give yourself a little extra time, relax, and keep your head on a swivel. There's craziness out there. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.